This is Mayor Ron Anders with our Mayor's Minutes for our Auburn City Council meeting April the 7th, 2020. Last night we had our first ever video meeting. Due to the current health crisis that we are in, we made a determination it was in the best interest of our staff and our city council members to meet remotely. So we all Zoomed in last night and conducted our meeting. We did conduct a shorter meeting than normal. We did postpone a few items on our agenda for a later date, because they would have been items that would have created more debate within the council and certainly more interest from our public. And since the situation was a little unique, we decided to postpone many of those. We'll continue to evaluate the world we live in and what we should do with our meetings as we move forward. I think I can say with certainty that we'll do a video meeting for our next Auburn City Council meeting on April the 21st. And then after that, as we enter into May, we'll just determine what's in the best interest of our community and what's in the best interest of our staff and our city council as we set plans for May and June and into the summer. Before our meeting last night, we did not have any items on our committee of the whole. So as we got into our council agenda last night, the first item was approving an alcohol beverage license for a New Mexican restaurant at 1460 Opelika Road. Under contracts and agreements, we approved 86 licenses for our new security system audio-visual devices at the Auburn Public Safety Building. This was $22,000, and our new public safety building is getting closer and closer every day to being ready, and we certainly hope that in the near future we can have a great celebration and grand opening of that building after it is opened, and certainly after all of this is behind us. We approved a couple of different agreements with Jacobs Engineering Group. One is a blanket task order that allows our waterworks and our water resource department to operate with them with a $15,000 cap for a task order. And then the other agreement was a $62,000 update. We call it task order number 3. That is a consulting agreement for our 20-year wastewater facilities master plan. And so those were two different agreements that we approved last night with Jacobs Engineering Group related to our water resource department. We approved the purchase of 560 new trash receptacles, rollout carts. This was almost $25,000. Most of these are for new customers or new citizens in our community. Some of these will be replacing older units that have basically no longer in service. We also approved a new pickup truck for our Public Works Department, $29,000. And then our big purchase last night under contracts and agreements was a new fire truck for Fire Station 6. This was almost $490,000. This will be delivered to us next year. It takes about 14 months for these trucks to be built, put together, and delivered to us. And hopefully the fire station will be open in the next 18 months to 2 years, and this will be Fire Station 6. It will be located in the northern part of our community near the intersection of Farmville Road and Miracle Drive. Under ordinances last night, we reauthorized the approval of the Lee County Revenue Commissioner to collect some ad valorem taxes, which are property taxes. I say to you that these are not new taxes. These are not new taxes. These are taxes that are currently being collected, but every year administratively we have to approve the authorization for our Lee County Revenue Office to collect these. One is 5 mills for general purposes, which goes into our general fund in the city. The other is the special 5 mill tax, which is for capital projects, repaying the debt for those capital projects. In 2013, the City Council determined that we were to allow the school system to utilize the 5 mill fund to repay the debt for school projects, which was Auburn High School, the new Auburn High School at that time. Many of you might remember last summer we had a public vote to approve 2 projects, which was the new Cary Wood School and the new Drake School, for the 5 mill fund to be used to repay the debt on that. But anyway, we reauthorized the Lee County Revenue Commissioner to collect the 5 mill special ad valorem tax. Also, there were 2 different school taxes that are called special school tax funds. One was established in 1948. It's for 11 mills. And one was established in 1960 and is for 5 mills. But those are specifically used for educational purposes for Auburn City Schools. And we reauthorized all of that last night, so it'll be recollected again. We also approved a couple of stop signs, one for the Embrace subdivision and one for the Pear Tree Farms subdivision. And that is really all for our agenda last night. I remind you that the Easter at Home deadline is coming up soon, and so if you are interested in participating in that project, please go to the City of Auburn's Facebook for details. Once again, be mindful of what the governor has asked us to do. There are places that you are certainly allowed to go by her order that she revised last Friday. But I'm asking you, as the mayor of your community, to please stay at home. If you do not need to be out to accomplish any of these things that are important to your life, whether it's your work or going to the pharmacy or going to the grocery store or checking on people that you love and that you need to care for, we're asking that you stay at home and that you also do not invite people over to your house. It's important that we continue to stay forthright in this effort to flatten the curve with this coronavirus, and the only way we can do that is not to mix and mingle amongst each other. It's very important during these beautiful spring days that the temptation is to gather in groups and to go have fun, and I'm right there with you. I'd like to be doing that too. But we don't need to be doing that now, and we're asking you not to do that, and the governor's order has said for you not to do that. So please don't gather in groups in your front yards. Our students, please make sure that you're doing the right thing with your free time this weekend. I know many of you will be home for Easter. And all of our fathers and parents who are sports coaches, and certainly I was one of those at my time when my boys were coming up, the temptation is to grab a bunch of children and let's get together and play ball or throw the ball around or practice a little bit. Please don't do that. Now's not the time to do that. We need to stay amongst our families and amongst those that we spend the most time around, and we do not need to be mixing and mingling with different people and creating a different type of scenario. So please hang in there. April 30th is still many days away, and I understand that, and it's going to take a lot of patience and understanding on our part, but it's what we have to do to get this virus in our rearview mirror. So hopefully we can have a great summer and a great fall. This is a holy week for many people of the Christian faith, and I ask all of you and encourage all of you to have a great Good Friday and a great Easter. For the rest of our community, have a great week. This is Ron Anders with the Mayor's Minutes.